Alright, and here we have the Star Wars Vintage Collection at Commander, or General Veers to some of you. It's just about getting ready for this review right here. Equally a boring figure, one of the least exciting figures out there in the Vintage Collection, but a very well designed figure. And the big reason, perhaps the only reason you want to get this figure, is if you are planning to get, or if you already got in this vehicle, the AT-AT or the AT-AT, the big vehicle that Hasbro's come up with, and yeah, and he'll fit nicely very well with that. As you can see, here's the packaging. There is no photo or still shot capture of the actual character. It's just the vehicle that he drives. And the figure is part of Wave 1 of the Vintage Collection, or the Empire Strikes Back wave. And here's the rest of the assortment. So I'm going to leave it as that. And enough of the monkey business. He comes with several accessories. Let me just see if I can fix this guy up. He comes with a removable vest or armor, and without it, he's just a regular. He can be you have the option to actually display him as a regular Imperial officer, like that. So it could work. If you don't have the AT-AT, you can display him as a regular officer and reporting to Lord Vader. Then again, you can, if he's going to be piloting the AT-AT, you can have him wear the armor, the gun, his rifle or blaster. Not rifle, it's a blaster. It fits very well in either hand, I think. Although this hand would probably fit a stick more, or a pointer. The gun fits also in the holster, but in a reverse insertion, not in the standard cowboy gun insertion. As you can see, there is a groove right there for this piece of the gun, and yeah, it fits very well. And here is the helmet. Now these two pieces, the goggles and the helmet, they came in separately. The helmet was here and the goggles were down there. For some of you who are wondering whether the goggles can actually fit on top of the helmet, yes, it is possible. You don't need to do anything special. And I really like where the goggles are right now. You can remove it and actually just place it on his, well, it's a little bit loose right now because of where it's at, but you can put it there, but on his eyes, but it's very difficult to actually put the helmet on. You can probably leave it on his neck and then you can have it like that. That's also fine, but I think the best place for this goggles are here, at least for a couple of years to come, because I'm sure in a couple of years, about a year or two, these things are going to be fragile, going to be brittle, and they're going to snap. So until that day comes, they're going to stay right here. And the reason I like it better that way is because it's a lot closer to how he originally looked. The old Kenner figure, which I dug up in one of my toy shelves, is something like this, if I remember correctly. One of the first Kenner Star Wars figures I actually got was the AT-AT Commander. I didn't even know he was General Veers back then. Almost the same height. If you remove the helmet, they're almost the same height, but quite a big and stark difference between generations. Like the 80s and now 2000, 2010 figures are way better than the original ones. I mean, I'm sure there are a lot of people who really like the old classic 80s version of the figures, which were okay. I didn't like it because they didn't have enough articulation and not enough detailing. I like the new ones better, obviously, but you know, it's a nice revival. It's a nice reimagining of how things were, and I commend Hasbro for actually doing this. And again, I say a lot of negative things about Hasbro on how crappy the paint apps they do on the Marvel, Iron Man. I'm pretty sure I'm really bracing myself for the Thor and Captain America paint apps. A lot of quality issues in those figures, but Star Wars GI Joe figures are the best, and as you can see right here, there is not a single quality control issue I can find, and that is the biggest mystery for me with Hasbro. They do such a wonderful job with their Star Wars and GI Joe figures, and yet their Marvel figures, their Iron Man figures, and some Transform figures that really suffer due to quality control in the paint apps. But what can you do, right? They do a good job on one side, they do a above average job on the other. So anyway, it's a great figure, very well designed, not the least bit exciting, but it is part of the Empire Strikes Back film, and brings back a lot of memories, especially that one of my first figures was really this guy. So anyway, there he is, the Star Wars, the vintage collection from the Empire Strikes Back wave, the AT-AT Commander, or unofficially General Veers. Thanks for watching.